All right, let's talk about Power BI. It's this amazing, powerful tool, right? But the secret to really getting good at it isn't about memorizing a bunch of buttons. Nope. It's about understanding this one simple idea. Power BI is basically two different tools smashed into one. And once you see that split, everything else just clicks into place. So let's get into it.
So you know the drill. We all start with this problem. You've got these piles of raw, messy data. Could be sales numbers, customer lists, whatever. And the goal is to somehow turn that chaos into a really clear, compelling story that people can understand. But how do you actually do that inside of Power BI?
Well, the answer is to think of Power BI as having two totally separate parts. You've got the back end, which is all about getting your data ready. And then you have the front end, which is all about making that data look good and tell a story. One's for prep, the other's for presentation. Simple as that.
And hey, this isn't just some abstract idea. It's literally how the tool is built. As you can see right here, these two worlds have official names. The back end, that's the Power Query Editor. And the front end is made up of what we call the data, model, and report views. Let's break down what actually happens in each of these zones.
Okay, first up, the back end. And honestly, the best way to wrap your head around this is to think of it as the kitchen in a restaurant. This is where all the messy, behind-the-scenes, but absolutely essential work happens long before a plate of food ever goes out to a customer.
So officially, the back end, which we call the Power Query Editor, is where you first connect to all your data sources. This is always your first stop. Before you can even dream of making a pretty chart, you have to pull your data in, clean it up, and really shape it into something you can actually work with. And this is just such a perfect analogy. You're the chef, and your messy data files are your raw ingredients. You gotta wash them, chop them, get them all prepped and ready to go. You're not cooking the final meal yet, not even close. You're just doing the prep work.
In this kitchen, you're really doing three main things. Job number one, bring in the data. Job number two, clean it all up. You're fixing typos, getting rid of duplicates, handling all those annoying errors. And job number three, you change the data. Maybe add a new column you need, or filter out stuff you don't.
Okay, so all our ingredients are prepped and ready. Now it's time to move to the front end. We are leaving the kitchen and heading out into the main dining room, where it's all about presentation and wowing your audience. The front end is where you take that beautifully cleaned up data and actually start to build something with it. This whole space is designed for one thing: turning that clean data into real insights using visuals, charts, and calculations.
A few really important things happen here. First, you build relationships between your data tables so they can talk to each other. Then, you can create some really powerful new calculations using a language called DAX. And of course, this is the fun part. You get to design all your visuals, your charts and maps, before you share the final report with everyone. So we've seen these two separate worlds. Let's put it all together now and just walk through the entire journey your data takes, from a messy file all the way to a polished interactive report. This timeline just lays it all out so clearly. You start with your raw data, your messy ingredients. That gets sent to the back end, the kitchen, for all the prep work. Once it's clean, it moves to the front end, where you design the final dish. And the result? A beautiful, insightful report that's ready to be served. Okay, but why is this separation such a big deal? Why should you even care about the kitchen versus the dining room? Well, the answer is pretty simple. It makes everything so much easier and clearer. Because when a problem comes up, and it will, right? This little mental map tells you exactly where to go. Is your raw data itself just wrong? That's a kitchen problem. You got to go back to the Power Query Editor. But what if your chart just looks wonky? Well, that's a dining room issue. You fix that in the report view. See? This idea is the absolute key to fixing problems fast and, honestly, just feeling confident when you're using the tool.
So the next time you open up Power BI, you'll know exactly what's going on. You've got your kitchen for all the prep work, and you've got your dining room for the beautiful presentation. The only question left now is, what kind of story are you going to create?